Hi, folks. Welcome back to Valhalla. I halfway through that word almost forgot what the second half of that word was. There's something about this game
Valuables
that just turns my brain to mush in a really unfortunate way.
But we're still doing it. Is this going to be your and I's longest playthrough?
Maybe?
I think so. What is
How
our
long was
longest?
Raku in?
Too long.
No, that game was awesome, but it
was, but we've been like 2 days.
I know. That was the most intense gaming I think we've ever done.
Oh god, we got delirious.
We really did.
Wait, now I'm genuinely curious. Let's check that out.
Okay, I'm gonna read for Jill now.
All right.
Note to self: buy oil for that door.
I think this is all. Yeah, this is already our longest playthrough.
Well, shit.
And that's
check that out.
That's as of I'm looking at it now, and I know how many we've done since I'm looking at it now.
Check that out.
Yeah.
Who knew?
I think number 2 is.
You mean it wasn't Counter Spy?
It was not. Was it Icy?
Whoa, Icy!
Oh my gosh, we did Icy. That game.
Well, we didn't finish it.
No, we did Puss. People were mad at us with Puss.
Who loves that game? The dumb demo.
Oh my god, I forgot about the missing.
Yeah,
it's so...
JJ Macfield and the Island of Forgotten Memories.
Oh my god.
We've played a lot of games.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, there's like thousands of videos.
That's too many.
It's too many.
We played Marie's Room.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good one. Alright. Jill, you're in my spot, please.
Oh, sorry.
Also, you're cleaning one of Boss's chicken buckets. Did Boss ask you to do that?
If I told you she did, would you believe me?
Without a doubt.
Let's go with that then.
Right.
Oh, is he like enamored with the bazaar keeper and now he's distracted and he can't do his job? Chill.
Ooh, I love a crush.
Greetings.
Hey, Stella. Ah, Stella, what can I get you?
So those are tumors, huh?
Yep,
they're just big old,
they're two
they're
big
furry,
old fluffy
fuzzy.
furry tumors.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, now we know that.
Yeah.
I'll go with the Bleeding Jane today.
A Bleeding Jane for Stella.
Yep. Let's see.
You know what we can do? We can make that Bleeding Jane big.
We can. Here you go.
It's non-alcoholic too, so we're not gonna get in the way of her like her job or anything. She's rich as hell, but I can't remember why.
I mean, her family made her like they're cat boomers, I guess,
so
which means like they already had a lot of money.
Yeah.
I think it's generational wealth.
Gotcha.
Yep. Here you go.
Here you go.
I mean, she also works at a major corporation. Like she's a big dog, but I do also think that she came from a very rich family. Thank you. Thank you.
What brought you here today? Waiting for Say?
I came by myself, actually. I was in the area and stopped by to say hi.
Oh. It's pretty interesting, though. When I first saw you, I doubted you'd ever come here again.
Well, this place is comfortable, I must admit. So quiet and secluded. It's also clean. Really clean.
Jill is the one you know to that. And the guy takes pride in how clean he keeps things around here. If you ever need cleaning staff, he's a nice pick.
Really?
He's a bit out of it today, though.
I see. Hey, Jill, have you heard of the new gold rush in the city?
Gold rush?
Everyone is paying small fortunes to get their hands on pieces of white night suits.
I think I heard or read something about that, but I'm having doubts, so probably not. In any case, how is it a gold rush?
Well, the tech behind the suits was always safely guarded, but after the events at the bank... After the events at the bank, the suits were remotely shut down, bricking many of them in the process. Many units dropped their armor right there and fled when the lynchings went on. Any white knight still stuck in their suit had to take the armor off manually and run away. It all happened in the middle of the lynchings, so they'd be sitting ducks if they didn't. Some weren't that lucky. They got beaten up while they weren't able to move. So between the suits becoming glorified paperweights and many white knights going on the run, there ended up being a lot of junk lying around. But the whole scientific community is rejoicing. They're on a race to reverse engineer the suits and take as much technology as possible from them. And of course, even single pieces of the armor fetch a high price these days.
Could anyone see any profit from the research to justify those expenses?
It's new tech, a whole new field ripe with patents just opened from many. So I'd say yes.
Huh. I mean, the BTC is literally a conglomerate built upon patents and trademarks. I can see how.
There's one weird case, though.
Hmm?
There's this guy named Jack. He's the captain of a very unique Blitzkrieg Corps unit.
Unique?
The guy had a really small unit, 5 people including himself. The aesthetics of his unit's armor was heavily modded to the point that they looked like a squad of Henshin heroes.
And what?
They looked really gaudy. They looked like a Super Sentai group. They looked like the Power Rangers.
Yes.
I'm not a nerd.
I'm not.
I'm not a
Don't
nerd.
accuse me. I don't know these things.
You can't look at me and say I'm a nerd.
You have cat ears, Stella.
But it turned out the guy actually broke through the software and disabled the remote switch. He has one of the few, if not only, suits of armor with the OS intact. To say they're among the most wanted people would be an understatement.
You know a lot about this.
It's interesting. The amount of things you hear when dealing with drunk people or of all kinds in the same place. It also helps to put up a front that makes people lower their guard. That should sound familiar to you.
True. Wait.
Here's a freebie. A fun fact. The failsafe was originally going to involve the armor blowing up and leaving no traces, but regulations and laws didn't allow that kind of technology near civilians.
I guess even Zaibatsu Corps has its limits, huh?
People love to demonize Zaibatsu Corps because, let's face it, they're far from innocent. But they're not evil overlords, they're just greedy. They're just a big corporation. Wait, does she work for Zaibatsu Corps? I genuinely can't remember.
I don't remember either. Maybe.
Because I remember her defending them really hard earlier, but I don't know whether she was defending them just because, frankly, she's in
She might just
the
be in
ruling
that
class.
world.
Yeah, so, like, she's like, look, they're not so bad. That actually was a really interesting conversation earlier, but I don't think she works for them.
I don't think so
Yeah.
either. But hopefully she'll say.
Yeah. They just so happen to have control over what tantamounts to a city-state, but corporations will naturally resort to draconian methods. I've heard horror stories from people outside the city about trying to use product placement. If you so much as hold a bottle the wrong way or get in the way of a logo, you'll be in for lots of trouble. And let's not start with the theme parks and the like. These are dystopias of their own.
Then again, most of the demonization is due to Quincy being such a clown.
He has no power anyways. He's just the front of whatever council behind Zaibatsu Corps chose. He makes a fool of himself and the attention is taken away from whatever it is the Zaibatsu Corps is actually doing.
Yeah. So, what you were saying is that Glitch City is basically a huge theme park.
I've called the White Knights glorified mall security in the past, so yeah.
Huh. No, seriously, Hen what?
Can I get a Brandtini here, please?
Yeah, sure.
Brandtini, there we go.
Making it big.
Who's
Who's gonna pay our rent this month? It's us. It's us.
Yeah!
That's a good song right there. I
Thank
like
you
that.
very much. It's my Brandtini jingle.
Here.
Thanks.
So, I take it you're in a good mood today?
Does it show?
A bit.
Yeah, well, I managed to nab a couple of tickets to for the Kiramiki Encore concert.
Yo, you're late.
God,
Oh
if
my
you'd gotten here a
gosh,
minute
nice.
earlier, Stella, you wouldn't believe the day I've been having.
But it's very normal. All days are kind of crazy for me.
Yep.
As it turns out, she was just here.
Again? Sorry. Again? Can't believe I just missed her.
I was surprised too. I was more surprised you remembered my name, though. And, like last time, she was quite the graceful client.
Man, so those rumors about her being really nice in person are actually true? Oh, amazing. I mean, you always want the famous people to be nice in real life, but having such backing to that claim, to hear that she's so nice to everyone, it's nice to hear, you know? In fact, many think that that's what made her so famous so quickly. How she's down to earth and totally accessible, making her someone everyone wants to root for.
I see. Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't want to feel like you're supporting crappy people. Although, to be honest, I've never put much thought into that one. Hell, half the time I have no idea who made what I use, nor do I care much.
Being a nice person will take you far, though. My daddy always insisted that being ruthless in the boardroom...
Oh, Gina! That was Freudian over there.
Yeah, it was. Being ruthless in the boardroom doesn't mean being an ass. Whoa.
Oh my god.
We gave Corey this crab and...
Get the crab back. Donovan!
And he has actually managed to get certain contracts over others, more powerful people. All thanks to being a nice guy overall.
Hey, sounds like good advice. But more importantly, Daddy. Daddy! Daddy!
I love that driving me wild.
Daddy drives me wild!
It decided to really come in for us there, so thanks, bud.
Daddy!
Always a bro driving me wild. I appreciate it.
Do you really believe me saying she was just here that easily?
You're not the kind to lie about stuff like that, so sure.
Thanks, I guess. That said, can you go to the concert so easily? What about security and the like?
My dad always has a unit keeping an eye on me from a distance. And you'd be surprised at how easily I can disguise myself with just a different hairdo and a cap.
I see.
I wonder if I could get in the disabled line with Say in her wounds. Although she'll probably nag me about how she doesn't need it and she shouldn't abuse that. Hey, can you get me a classic drink?
Sure. Here's a bourbon Manhattan.
I know, honestly,
Here's a normal ass
drink. Oh wait,
drink.
no, that's C. We need these classic drinks. She's already had a Bleeding Jane, so Frothy Water, I think, is the best one. Let's see. Doot doot. Doot doot. Doot doot. Doot doot. And aged and mixed. A lot of... All the class, like, other than beer, the other two classy drinks are like virgin drinks. Yeah. There you go.
Here.
Thank you.
I think you should know about this.
About what?
Say. She told me about your eye.
That? Oh, yeah, I know.
You did?
Say told me. I'm alright, don't worry.
Still, I was quite the, I mean, damn.
We all have our own share of painful stories. I might be just as shocked hearing something from you. I've gotten over it, but every time someone brings attention to my eye, it starts hurting. The tech in the replacement is good enough, but remembering it hurts a bit.
Oh.
Still, she also told you about that Virgilio guy, didn't she?
I cannot believe Virgilio is your, like, knight in shining armor.
I know,
That's
right?
Crazy. You know him?
I also wonder, since Stella is a cat boomer and she had the nanomachine, like, purge treatment, I wonder if that affects her eye replacement, whether that's why it has to be, like, kind of weird. Because all the other people who have massive augmentations and all of that, they all seem like, you know, you notice them, but it seems pretty seamless. Hers is so ostentatious and, like, kind of spooky. I wonder if it's because
now
of the
maybe
nanomachine
also
treatment.
the thing was rough. Like, maybe it was really ripped out.
That's also
possible.
Like,
it wasn't a fluke. Someone dug it out of her eye, so maybe it's one of those where it was just like, this is the best we can do.
That's fair. Although it's just she's so rich, right?
No, you're right.
Yeah,
right.
And when you look at Jamie,
yeah,
you know,
no, you're totally right.
Yeah, or even Ingram has
that neck.
Yeah,
thing,
exactly.
which is
Like
weird.
clearly has a different head or
I don't
something.
know. Or
I
body.
don't know. Or body.
I
Yeah. Anyway. Virgilio Armandio didn't net any results but after digging deeper, we found another name. Timothy Mercury, branded traitor after killing a fellow White Knight declared MIA.
Oh, wow.
Seems like the guy knew how to hide himself.
Virgilio, what are you gonna do?
I mean, I guess because he had to... We knew that Stella was attacked by a White Knight and saved by a White Knight, but that is still murder, so, yeah. At the very least, seek him out and thank him. It's the least I can do.
Oh. Wait.
Hmm?
I just realized something's off with the whole tech gold rush story.
What would it be?
Wouldn't all that tech be patented anyways? I get trying to crack it in the first place, but...
That would be true if the tech was patented in the first place.
It isn't?
Zaibatsu has been so paranoid about making the White Knights untouchable that they never patented anything.
Dumbasses.
A patent would be in a database that someone could hack and retrieve valuable info from. Not to mention they've been using tech from other companies without any authorization. And no patent registries in their right minds would approve of that global shutdown signal. Let alone how it immobilized everyone still inside one of those suits.
So the ones that were upholding the law did so using suits that are by all means illegal.
The irony runs deep, wouldn't you say?
Why do it though?
When you have so much money, you start thinking you can screw around with the rules. All that power makes you think you're above every law there is.
And the city is what happens when those with money start making the rules. Huh. I'm curious though, have you ever covered up any fuck-ups by using money?
I think we've all done things that we're not all proud of at some point in our lives. Well, Jill, I've got to go. Always a pleasure.
Alright, cryptic. Come again. Hey, Alma.
Alma, how many days in a row is this?
Alma's here every day. No hello? You're pretty insistent on that one, aren't you? It's basic courtesy. Something I will fight to uphold. First, the greetings stop, then saying please and thanks stops, and before you know it, boom, total anarchy. You're exaggerating. Am not. In fact, I'll go through that door again, and I expect you to properly greet me this time.
Bye.
Fine. Hello, Jill. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many an quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there was a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at a chamber door. 'Tis some visitor, I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, only they said nothing more.
I love what a dork she is. What a dweeb. This dweeb.
You overdid it. You totally overdid it.
God, I love Jill. She's
Quoth
the best.
the bartender, I did not. So you like poetry? I had a phase. Can I get you something? Let's start with a big cobalt velvet. Sure.
That we can do.
And we'll make it big. Don't you worry.
Look, we were already gonna do that. Don't you worry.
Didn't
Don't
have
you
to
worry.
Ask. You never had to ask.
1, 2, 3.
We're gonna con you out of your money.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the rocks and mixed. There you go.
Hey, here. Thanks. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering about for a while. Does the name SHADOWMASTER69's Chronicles ring any bells? Wow, you went pale. No, that name doesn't ring any bells. I've never watched Dragon Ball Z. What are you talking about? May 22nd. Today, my daily card readings told me that I'd meet a great change thanks to an old man. My biology teacher told me I had been picked for the inter-school contest with my latest essay. I just knew a scientific theory on the idea of auras was as revolutionary as I thought. Soon, I'll bring the world into the occult science singularity. Later entries don't seem to have gone that well, though. Mentions of being laughed at, being lectured on why the essay was wrong. Jill. I made sure to delete that blog. No evidence should be left.
Almond found her Zynga, like...
It's upsetting.
Her old live journal. Oh my god.
Her MySpace.
God, Alma, were you that bored?
Yes.
That's not what good friends do. Good friends don't go looking for people's old blogs.
That's not always true. I can think of at least 6 different sources off the top of my head that all have that stuff archived. Why? Jeez, relax. It's not that bad. What do you mean it's not that bad? Don't you realize how embarrassing it all is? We've all been young, Jill. Relax. It's not like you're still like that nowadays. That would have been embarrassing. You're not still like that, right? God, no, I gave up on that whole occult stuff. It's just that remembering all that stuff is... I don't know. I like the way you looked. All dressed in black with the rare accessory popping out thanks to the colors. I mean, at least you had the decency to use makeup and take care of yourself. So you have a pick. Oh God, you have a fucking pick. Why do you do this to me? Why do you dig out the sins of my past? I was bored. Last Friday, I had to take my mind off the whole Diana thing, so I ran a small background check on you. Simple stuff, just checking past internet activity. Please, don't run background checks like that.
Alma, this isn't what good friends do. I just wanted... Look, I'm a huge Alma fan, but don't do this.
I don't know, go for it, Alma.
Don't casually do a background check.
If it's there, it's yours to find.
Fuck you.
You put it on the internet. Look, I have all my sins on the internet,
No,
so...
but there's a difference between, like, Googling Jill whatever and finding her Facebook and doing a background check.
I just used a search engine, you know. I didn't request documents or anything.
All right.
What led you to the page? You do realize your main mail account everywhere is still the one you used back then, right? Like I said, relax. You were obsessed with occultism. I wanted to kiss all the boys. And I kind of almost accomplished that in middle school, which still sort of haunts me today. Never estimate the lengths old classmates will go to track you down. Especially if they think you're still the girl that kissed them for fun and they're lonely to boot. We all have things we're not too proud of as adults. Now I know how criminals feel when evidence is used against them. I have to ask, though, why the 69? It was supposed to be 6'9", not 69. Like in reference to both the lovers and the hermit. That's so lame. That's so fucking lame.
She's such a dork.
That's lame as shit.
She's such a dork.
You should have said it's the sex numbers, not it's the lovers and the hermit, you dork.
She's such a dork.
Fucking dork. I was convinced it meant wise choice.
Oh my god.
Jill, there's nobody that would read that as 6'9".
Jill's the greatest protagonist ever written. She's incredible.
She's pretty great. I was 12 at the time. Even at 12, I fucking knew what a 69 was. Just how innocent were you back then? You have no idea. Well, let's sweeten things up a bit. I'll have a sugar rush. Sure. Yeah, a lot of people do want sugar rushes lately.
They do. I also just love Alma coming sweeping in and just being like,
here's what
I'm
found
gonna
this
ruin your
weekend.
whole day. I'm bored and powerful. Here we go.
My favorite kind of friend. Sugar rush.
There you go.
Here. This is the thing. Say, Alma, speaking of the past, what was your long-term relationship like? That's sudden. You dug through my past, I've earned the right to dig through yours. Fine. Long-lasting relationships, huh? Romantic ones, I'm guessing? Yep. Well, I've had about 4 boyfriends who I'd describe as such, that I've introduced to my family and all. The first one was in high school. I broke up with him because he cheated on me. I remember the other girl trying to pick a fight and me just saying, keep the fucker. The second was during my freshman year. I broke up with him after he thought it'd be funny to punch me in the arm. He starts with a friendly hit and before you know it... Anyways. The other guy I met shortly after I dropped out. He was interested in marriage, but he wanted to get married after only half a year or so of knowing him. And then there's Richard. Who? I spent almost 4 years with him. We got along pretty well. We had awesome chemistry. I truly loved him. But as time went by, there was a rift that started separating us. He just didn't like my family. He didn't. Moreover, he wasn't a family person. He distanced himself from his own and voiced that he didn't want kids. There was a part of me that wanted to believe, even if just a little bit, that maybe he'd change his mind. But as much as I loved him, that one detail brought a growing gap between us. And at one point, I just had to break up with him. But I'm not here to depress you. Bring me a beer, will you? Sure.
I mean, that makes sense, though. As much as she complains about Diana, she's a huge family person. Like, that's been clear about Alma since day one.
Totally.
Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Cool.
There you go.
Beer. Thanks for telling me that, by the way. Don't mention it. Okay, one more question and we're even. Wow, you really are embarrassed of that blog, huh? Sure, ask away. At what age did you get those implants in your boobs? Jill, I love you. And I know you're saying that in jest. But I've lived through so many rumors about me getting plastic surgery that I can't and won't take it as a joke. As such, and honoring our friendship, I'll just say this. They're real, and they're spectacular. Now ask the real question before I slap you. I'll grant you one and only one chance to call me by my full name as compensation then. I gladly take your offer. It's funny that you mentioned slapping because my real question was, why did you get your hands chopped? Chopped. Well, there's a couple of reasons. The first is that I spend lots of time typing, and these replacements help me avoid carpal tunnel syndrome.
That's one way to avoid carpal tunnel, by literally chopping your
hand off.
Oh,
yeah.
God, okay.
Oh. There's other utilities, like how I can interface with many devices. For example, there's a tiny computer embedded in my glasses. If I move my index finger, it acts like a computer cursor. There's lots more, but they're small things that don't sound that impressive when I say it out loud. How did your family take the operation? They took it well enough. Except my mom. She freaked out for months. She even went to the hospital to ask for my hands.
Oh my God.
Don't you miss them? Sometimes, but just during emotional moments. But as luck would have it, someone else has them. Shortly before my operation, there was an accident on the highway. One of the victims was this young lady whose right hand got completely crushed. I told them to check if we were compatible and all that. I mean, implants are not everyone's first choice, but they can get a natural replacement. A bit of cosmetic treatment, and it could pass off as her original hand with no problem. Last I heard, we were compatible and the family agreed to the donation. I don't know what became of her, but I hope she's fine. And you didn't tell your mom about that? I didn't want her pestering the poor girl. So, we cool now? We even now? Are we? You were pretty pissed about my comment regarding your boobs. Again, I'm sorry, it sounded like less rude in my head. Yeah, don't worry about that. Besides, I get to call you Julianne once. No, now you don't. Huh? Why? You just called me by my full name. Are you serious? One chance, and only one chance, and you just used it up. Damn it.
Surprise!
Fuck off, Anna. Hey, Almas, this might be a weird tangent, but do you believe in ghosts?
Hey!
Not particularly, no. Although there was this paper I read once that was quite interesting. It proposed a scenario where nanomachine clusters would leave the body after death, and then acted as a collective hive mind through residual brainwaves. The result would basically be an image not unlike a hologram. Of course, the hypothesis fell through because such nanomachine density is impossible in the body. Even 5% of the amount needed is enough to make the blood too dense for the heart. And it's not like the brainwaves are potent enough to create those reactions. Still an interesting read, though. I see. Huh.
Don't give me that look. It's not my fault that you've convinced yourself that you're crazy.
Well, I'll leave then. See you tomorrow. See ya. All done? I am. What about you, Jill? For some reason, the idol girl left him like that, it seems.
Aww.
You think?
He's been thinking about TikTok ever since.
I get it. It might have been a while since he was out. True. Hey, boss, you're a fan of wrestling, aren't you? I mean, you were a wrestler, so... That I am. Yeah. Why? I was wondering, isn't wrestling fake? Aren't twin tails for little girls and teens with 8th grade syndrome? 8th grade what? When you get down to it, wrestling is as real as a soap opera. I mean, you don't really expect a legal lawsuit to be fixed in a ring, right? Sure, in my ideal world, you would solve legal problems through good old wrestling, but... No, seriously, 8th grade what? But you don't go around calling soap operas fake. It's a show. It just so happens to use fights as an expression. You might as well see it as a unique form of theater. Besides, considering the injuries many wrestlers suffer, it's not all fake. Huh. I didn't think about it that way. Sadly, I won't stand for any more bad-mouthing wrestling. So, now I have to go and break Jill's back to make you humble. Oh, what? Wait, what? Come here, fuck boy!
Fuck boy! Ah! He's got a rough life.
He does. He does. He owes her everything, and she bullies him.
I know.
Yeah.
She really uses it against him.
Full out. What?
Oh my god.
Nice.
Woo!
Ooh.
Hey, we can afford our rent.
Yes.
We did it.
Yes.
We did it.
We did it.
You were charged for 10K. Yay!
Yay! We just made it. Wow, now we have very little money.
I know, I was about to say, we kind of really did just make it. I mean, I'm glad.
But we made it by $1,700 bucks, so.
But it's only because we did all those big drinks, so good
I know.
call.
We
Yeah.
threatened our friends and used them.
Yay!
Boy. All right, cool. Then we'll see you guys next time.
Sounds like a plan. See you, folks.
Bye.